Hey everyone, today we're doing another episode review of Star Wars Rebels. We're at season 3. It's been a couple of weeks since Trials of the Darksaber, and this week's episode was on Legacy of Mandalore, which is pretty much a follow-up to the Darksaber episode. And this episode focuses again on Sabine and her family. The Ghost Crew travel to meet Sabine's mother Ursa of House Wren. They get a not so warm welcome, and they see the Empire pretty much has complete control, and Sabine has to convince them that things need to change. She has a Darksaber. They can, work with the rebels and make a difference. But Sabine's mom doesn't see it that way, and she basically turns on Sabine. Gar Saxon, who is basically controlling Mandalore for the Empire, then comes in with the help of Sabine's mom and wants to kidnap the Jedi and basically get rid of House Wren for harboring these fugitives. And this is where it gets pretty cool because an intense battle breaks out and Sabine actually uses as her lightsaber to fight against Gar Saxon and the Darksaber. And the critical point of the episode is when Sabine and Saxon fight one-on-one combat pretty much to the death in lieu with Mandalore tradition, and Sabine actually wins, but decides to show mercy because it's not her way and not kill him. And for a brief moment, you think Gar Saxon shoots Sabine in the back, and just how it's framed, you think that like, oh crap, she might actually be dead. But Ursa actually kills Gar Saxon. And so this will set off a trigger of events in future episodes with House Wren as they've now defied the Empire and Gar Saxon. And it basically leaves Mandalorian society pretty much in chaos. And so Sabine decides to ultimately stay, and she doesn't decide to lead herself, but to find the right leader with the Darksaber. So I think that's something we'll see in the future, who will kind of put Mandalore back together in terms of leadership and unity. So it's kind of sad because we see that Sabine's not going to stay with the Ghost Crew. I'm sure she'll come back because that's not the way just to leave things. But she's a strong character, so it'll be interesting to see how they do it without her. Overall, this episode's great because it builds more on Sabine's character. We learn a little bit more about, why her house just does not like her for the disrespect that House Wren got. And we learn how the Empire's controlling things, how even their armor isn't as colorful anymore. It's really gray, which is kind of symbolic of they've kind of lost their way as a Mandalorian society. And there's just awesome battle sequence with her using Ezra's lightsaber, which is pretty cool. So there's a lot of action, a lot of Star Wars lore and things that we learn, in addition to setting up future events, which is just fun. So overall, this episode is probably one of my favorite from this season, just because a lot happened. It was focused within a 20-minute time window, and it accomplished a lot. So what y'all think about this episode? For me, it just comes down, it's going to be sad to see Sabine gone, but it was pretty cool to see what she will do, if she'll step up to be a leader eventually, or if he'll bring someone from Clone Wars or another character that we might not know yet. So it should be fun. A lot of history and lore, which is kind of my thing. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode.